Hello guys, welcome back to another Android Studio tutorial. In the last episode, we already learned about how to read information from SQLite database. So here we have some information available on SQLite database. Now in this episode, here I am going to demonstrate how to update an existing database in SQLite. So for updating a database, first thing we have to specify the user-defined method for performing updation inside the SQLite Open Helper class. So here we have a subclass of SQLite Open Helper. So the first thing we have to specify a user-defined method for performing the database updation. So here I am going to create a user-defined method. So here I name the method as update contact. So this method needs some parameters. First one is an integer, it is ID. Second one is name. Third one is email. And one more parameter is needed, that is an object of SQLite database. I name it as database. So here we are going to update name and email according to ID. So here the updated data are name and email. So the first thing, you have to add the new data to the content values object. So first here I need to create an object of content values. So now I need to add the updated data to the content values object in the form of a name value pair. So content values dot. So here the first data is name. So we can get the key for it from the contract class. Now pass the data. Now here the second value is email. And pass the data. Now we need to specify the condition. So here I create a variable called the selection. Now here I am going to specify the condition for database updation. So here the condition is we have to update the row based on ID. So contract entry dot contact ID equal to ID. So this is the condition here. Now we can perform the database updation. So on the SQLite database object, you have to call the method called update. So here the first parameter is the table name. Second parameter is the content values, that means the updated data. So here it is content values. Third parameter is the condition. So here we put the condition on this variable called selection. And final parameter is the selection argument. So here we don't have any selection argument, so you can simply pass null for it. So this method update a row in SQLite database. So now we can perform the database updation. For that, here I am going to create a separate fragment. So create a new fragment, select a blank fragment. Here I name it as update fragment. Now we need to create the user interface for the fragment. So here I create the user interface for update the database. Here is we have an edit text called txt update ID. Here is a edit text with ID txt update name. Here is the edit text for email with ID txt update email. So here we have a button called the bn update save. So this is the user interface for update fragment. So now open home fragment. So now we need to initialize the button for update. So bn update view.find view by id bn update contact. Now register the click listener for the button. Set on click listener into this. Now specify the case here. If the button ID is bn update contact, in that case we pass the integer 2. Now open main activity, handle that condition. So if it is case 2, in that case we have to display the update fragment. Okay, so now go to the update fragment. Here we need to create some variables. Create some edit text, update ID, update name, update email, now create some variables for button. I name it as update bn. Okay, now we need to initialize these variables. For that, here we need to get the view class object. Now we can initialize these variables. First one is update ID. Find the view by ID r.id dot txt we have to check the ID of each of this item. So here it is txt update ID. I think we need to rebuild that project. Now rebuild the project. So here the project rebuild finished successfully. Now we can check. Yeah, now it is available. Txt update ID. Now initialize the second variable, update name. Txt update name. Now update email. Txt update email. Now we can initialize the button. So update bn. Our button ID is bn update save. Okay, so now we can create click listener for the button. So update bn dot set on click listener. Okay, so now for the database updation, here I'm going to create a separate method, update contact. So first we can get the information string. So here ID is integer, so int ID equal to integer. We have to convert the string into integer, so integer dot ascent update ID dot get the text to string. Now get name, update name dot get the text dot to string. Now get email, update email dot get the text dot to string. So now here all the informations are available. Now we can perform the database updation. So first we have to create an object of conduct DB helper. New conduct DB helper, pass the context. Now create an object of SQLite database. I name it as database. So conduct DB helper dot get writable database. So as I told you in the previous episode, always perform the database operations on a separate thread. So here I perform the database operation on the main thread because here this video is for training purpose only. So you must perform the database operations always on a separate background thread. So now we can perform the database updation. So conduct DB helper dot, we can call that method update conduct, pass ID, name and email. Also we have to pass the object of SQLite database. So after performing the database updation, we can close the database connection. So conduct DB helper dot, call the method close. So now display some message to the user. Get activity conduct updated. Okay, now display the toast. After that we can reset the form. So update id dot set the text into null, update name dot set the text, update email dot set the text into null. Okay, and finally we can call that method from the on click of the button. So update conduct. Okay, now we can test our application. So run the project, select a virtual device. Now here the application available on this virtual device. So here we have 3 contacts. Now here I am going to update the first contact with ID 121. Now the current name is Prabish and email is this one. So now I am going to update that contact. So update contact. Here the ID is 121. I change the name into Thomas. Now change the email also. Now click the update contact. Now we can check it, view contact, and here you can see now for the ID 121 we update name and email. So this is how we perform database updation on SQLite database. I hope you understand all these concepts. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.